What is up, everyone? Bleeding Blue Podcast, episode 94. We are back at it to be discussing some Blue Jays. Most importantly, the Blue Jays, because right now it's summertime. The sky is clear. The birds are chirping. The weather is fucking nice right now. And it is a great time to be watching the Toronto Blue Jays play some fucking baseball. It is a great time right now as the Blue Jays have been playing fucking great, fucking incredible. Um, I'm actually the happiest man on earth right now being able to see this team because they literally in the summer they affect my mood so much where I have to basically go to therapy. But right now I don't, and that's because of the Blue Jays. So thank you, Blue Jays, for not uh causing this harm for me, this craziness for me. So yeah, it's a good time right now. Ryan, how are you doing though?
Good, man. As you can probably see from my screen, I've got a lot of sun working outside. Um, you know, been busy. Sorry we didn't have a episode out last week. Conflicting schedules all week with work and other things. So we're gonna put out a good one for you guys. But yeah, I'm doing okay.
Nice. Yeah. It's been going pretty well for all of us, but we have to get into our Blue Jays discussion because last time we left off, we were talking about the Blue Jays facing off the Oakland, or sorry, let me correct myself, the Athletics, who are fucking who have been terrible so far. But
Yeah.
let's take it back even to there because there is a lot to discuss about. This team has been finding a way to win without the likes of Anthony Santander, Dalton Varsho, Andres Jimenez just got off the IL. Our relief pitching has been depleted like crazy when looking at pitchers like Nick Sandlin we're missing. Jimmy Garcia we're missing. Um, who else? Ryan Burr is another guy. Eric Swanson just came back off the IL. And then Max Scherzer still nowhere to be seen, of course. But nonetheless, uh, baseball is here, and there has been some awesome players on this team that have been really, really solid for the Blue Jays, and that's what I can say about that. It's been quite a fun watch, for sure. So if we look at that Oakland series, there wasn't a game in there that was competitive. That was hard to watch
Yeah.
or competitive out of the Athletics. You watched that series, right? It was a little bit ago, but I just
Yeah.
remember so many home runs from George Springer, Vladdy, Bichette, and everyone was just buzzing. And Addison Barger, that's when he came to his full self and fucking popped off.
Yeah. 100%. I think that's especially that third game. He when he came in with that clutch hit towards the end of the game, that clutch home run, I thought you know, this team may be on a shift. I think that okay, the bats are finally coming alive, 12-0, 11-7. I'm like, okay, maybe it's just the Athletics. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe it's just because they're not the best team right now. And then third game came along, and like, oh shit, they're struggling. And then all of a sudden Barger just comes in clutch at the end. Um, Yeah, really, really well done by this team. Am I thinking of the right game, or is that the fourth game? Had
Um,
the home run at the end. It was the
That
fourth
might have
game.
been
Sorry,
Barger.
fourth game.
There's been so many games right now where this team has been hitting so many clutch home runs. You have yes, Barger did hit a clutch home run again in the
It was the
Minnesota
fourth game.
game. He had, and then in the Philadelphia game, he had a multiple, or he had a home run then too. In the first game, they didn't win that game, but. Man, it has been awesome to watch, especially in offense, because I am somebody who loves hitting more than pitching, and we have seen that show with this team that they fuck pitching. Let's just score a shit ton of runs get on base and come back and win games. They have 20 comeback wins this season. I've never seen a Blue Jays team like that before. This is the first time I've ever seen that. And now, because of that, they're actually a top offensive team in the league right now in terms of hits, average, on base percentage, slugging, OPS. And that has been awesome to watch. I don't know how. I don't know how long it's gonna last. I don't know if it's gonna be like this the entire season because it's hard to look at this and be like, okay, this is sustainable because you have the likes of Tyler Heineman and Ernie Clement and Addison Barger and Kirk, and I don't know if these guys are going to be consistent all year round or they're just going to be streaky players that are going to help you win like a bunch of games in a row. I'd like to think that they can sustain this all year round, but again, literally only time will tell. So, but while we're in this, let's fucking enjoy it and let's enjoy this team be who they are. I'll just list off a few stats right now because when we last time we spoke on the pod, we talked about the Blue Jays and their placement in team stats in terms of hitting. And they placed right around the middle. They were right around the middle. They weren't anything crazy. They were still, I think, slightly above average, but right now they're at the top of like mostly every list. So when it comes to hits, Blue Jays are sixth in all of baseball. Doubles, sixth
Yeah.
in all of baseball. RBIs, right now we're 13th in all of baseball. Walks, 16th in all of baseball.
Mm.
Average, average right now, fifth in all of baseball. On base percentage, ninth. Slugging, 10th. OPS, 8. So we're in the top 10. We're in the top 10, top 10 teams in when it comes to hitting. So that's what's going to win you ball games. Obviously, the good teams, you have your Dodgers, you have your Cubs, your Yankees that are going to be at the top. But right now, my friend, yeah, the Blue Jays are playing the right way of baseball and the right brand of baseball. So yeah, if we want to talk about this previous series, we can talk about St. Louis sweeping the Cardinals. Ryan, give me some thoughts on that.
It's fantastic. I watched the last couple ends to the games, last couple nights, and they were stressful. I didn't get to watch the game today, but I think Hoffman has some balls, man. That first was it yesterday? It was yesterday. We're filming this on the Wednesday, so I think it was the Tuesday game where he, pitched lights out to close that game out.
It
And
was
I
the
just
it was the Monday game. So it was the game that went into
okay,
extra innings where we gave up the lead in the eighth and then came back. Jonathan Clase hit the game tying home run and
right.
then we won it in extras.
Yeah. Yeah, Hoffman was really good in that game. We were talking, like you mentioned last couple podcasts. We're not worried about Hoffman because we know that he's an experienced player. He would bounce back from it. And, he has.
Yeah.
He's playing better. But it's great to see this team actually score some runs because that was a main problem that I was concerned about with
Yeah,
this
man.
Jays team is if these signings in the offseason would produce runs. And I'd say mostly it's the veteran players or the guys we have coming up like Barger and Kirk, who we just signed to a nice extension this year.
That
I
contract's
yeah,
looking good.
yeah, it is. It's looking very good. How much did we pay him? 11 million, something like that,
Yes. Yeah.
which is very good. Very good for a very good defensive catcher and someone who's hitting lights out right now. 2 home runs in the last 2 games. So, um, I think Kirk has definitely stepped up this year in the offensive side, and hopefully he keeps that up. Santander is a problem though. I just looked at the
Well, he's injured.
his he is injured, but I just think what we wanted him to be is not showing right now, just for how much we paid for him and the expectations going into from last season where he had over 40 home runs. I don't know. I just expected him to to be better, don't you think?
Yes, no, 100% I do. I think it can be ignored with what is ha been happening with this team. Especially, you have people that are picking you up like Kirk and Barger and even Jimenez has been great in the last game. 3-run home run yesterday it was. And then in Ernie Clement, like these guys have just been these guys are all really, really hot at the same time, and you could ignore that. And then once you have, say they slow down, guess who's coming back off the IL? Santander and Varsho. And I expect that they're going to be able to carry some of the load that the rest of the team has been doing right now. So they continue to play, they can continue to play and tread highly above water because that's what they're doing. Third best record in the American League, which is crazy to say. Um, Awesome, to say as well. But man, they just got to keep doing what they're doing. Santander, it's let him take his time, get back to 100% because the team's been good. The team's been good, so
Mhm.
I'm not too concerned. Um, but yeah, I'm loving this team right now though. I'm loving the way they're playing. I love their game. I love their style of gameplay. They just you give up a run or something like that, you come back right back and then take the lead again.
Mhm.
And that showed with this series against St. Louis Cardinals. This felt like a very it was like, damn, they fucking swept the Cardinals. It went almost right over my head because a sweep is one of the hardest things to do in baseball. But they managed to do it, and yeah, it was fun. Fun series against the Cardinals.
Yeah, and they're also playing pretty solid this year as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was good. It was good to get it on them. But another big series coming up against Philly, who we just beat last week. So need to play strong against them away from home, and then a couple series against the Diamondbacks and White Sox when we come back. So it should be a decent stretch coming up to until we film our next pod. What do you think about
So
this
the
Philly
next
series?
the next uh the next games that are coming up that are going to be next series is going to be tough. It's Phillies, they've been struggling as of late. So, luckily, if they can still continue to struggle, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I think that's something interesting to look at. But yeah, man, I think if they can continue the way they're doing, they have no problem winning that series against Philadelphia Phillies. The one thing is just they have really good pitching, and if they can maybe get a good one out of off of Zach Wheeler, they're facing Ranger Suarez, Christopher Sanchez, and Zach Wheeler, three really good pitchers. So
Mhm.
it's a little bit nerve-wracking, but yeah, we got two teams that have really good offenses and like Arizona and Phillies, so that's gonna be scary to tell you the truth because
Mhm.
I think they've had good games against they've had been having good games offensively, but again, it's always going to be a struggle against these National League teams who are really solid in really good divisions, especially with the National League West and then even the National League East. So, yeah, but nonetheless, very excited and it's going to be a good few series coming up. Anything else you have to add?
No, I did see some of the Phillies players at my workplace last week when they were
Anyone you
playing
know?
golf, which was pretty cool. Saw Brandon Marsh.
You say hi?
I think Bryce Harper was there. Um, I can't remember many because I wasn't there to see it, but my buddies did tell me because he knows a little bit about baseball. Um, yeah, he told me Brandon Marsh was there because he's easy guy to find out who it is if you know baseball. But I think Harper was there too, which is pretty cool. Um, seems like Osprey Valley is the hot spot for baseball players.
Hmm, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And the Canadian Open last week, which is really cool to watch and see players like Rory. Watched him basically all Thursday last week, which is really cool. Basically one of the best golfers of all time, if you really think about it. But yeah, man, it was yeah, Go Jays go. We're playing really well.
Yep.
Hopefully this
One guy
continues.
I do have to mention though is Alejandro Kirk right now. His stats are
Yeah,
looking absolutely ridiculous. Before we move on, Kirky has been hitting the shit out of the baseball right now. His average is up to 323 right now. It's absolutely ridiculous. One of the best catchers in all of baseball. Up there with Cal Raleigh. Cal Raleigh would, he couldn't sniff. He couldn't sniff like 270 if he wanted to,
right.
let alone like 260, what he's hitting above his ceiling, because everything he swings at is either a fucking home run or um or a fucking strikeout. So, but yeah, uh, God, yeah, Cal Raleigh's pretty
Yeah,
good.
hopefully Kirk won't be starting, but over at Colorado just because what he's doing this year. But um,
I'd love to see him in
yeah,
the All-Star game again, though. I could see it.
yeah, I can definitely see it. If he continues this, he's definitely staying. Definitely getting back in the All-Star game
I'll vote for him. If I'm gonna vote, my list, it's always gonna be Blue Jays. It's just always will. I
for
know
sure.
it's.
Obviously,
I'll do one Blue Jays list, and then I'll do one of like actually deserving players. Aaron Judge and like I
Manny
don't know.
Ramirez.
Yeah, Jose
Manny
Ramirez.
Ramirez. Sorry, what am I saying? Jose.
Yeah, and J Ram. But yeah, man, exciting times, and let's keep the ball rolling. Let's continue this. We'll see all you fans at baseball
Yeah.
tomorrow for what will be a very exciting event with the great Scott Wieland. So hopefully anyone that's listening, see you there tomorrow.
hmm
All right, let's move on to our rankings list. We're gonna switch it very, very quickly from sports to horror movies because you know what? Let me see if I can find some relation to sports and horror because sometimes your sports teams can be so bad, so horrible that it almost turns into like you're watching a horror movie. Mic drop. All
Very
right.
good. Good
Yeah.
transition.
Thank you. So, how we do this, as we've done before, we do a ranking system. Ryan and I will go back and forth deciding what movies top, as we do top five rankings of horror movies. I'm trying to say this without sounding like I'm saying another word, but horror. That's what I'm saying. Movies that are scary, not horror movies. But I don't know what
Yeah.
Ryan's doing if he's looking at his penis right now. If he
No,
can't find it, I don't know what's going on.
I'm trying to
Um,
fix my chair. Chair's
oh,
broken. Um,
yeah, I could just see the top of your head.
yeah, I know it's probably not a good look from the computer screen. Uh, but yeah, top five horror movies. You won last week, so you get to pick first.
Let's go. All right,
Yeah.
number one pick. I'm going with literally the scariest horror movie I have ever seen. In terms of just like terror and rawness and uh, just the realism. You're gonna think it's this movie, a different movie than what I'm about to say. But the Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the best horror movie I've seen. It is
Yeah.
absolutely terrifying. It leaves you with chills after watching it. The final scene is just disturbing. The entire movie is disturbing. Like there's some really horrible scenes to watch, but it's very well done. It just the entire time you're thinking, you're like, God, I'm so happy I'm not in the situation that they're in. Um, but yeah, number one, Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
So are we picking the best horror movies or just scariest?
Best.
The best?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, number one, I'm going to Shining. I It's not like jump scary, but I just think the music that Kubrick adds to this movie is just makes it so haunting. And watching it the first time a few years ago, I was like, holy shit. I don't think I've ever been scared more than watching that movie. And Jack Nicholson and Shelley Duvall were just fantastic in the physical acting that character acting that they have in this movie. Um, just really good. And obviously is a master with the camera, so I'm gonna have to go that as
Nice.
my number one pick.
All right. My number two pick is going to be Silence of the Lambs. The
Yeah.
only the only horror movie to win Best Picture. I think there's another one. There might be another one, but from what I've heard, it's like the only horror movie that's won Best Picture at the Oscars. It won the Big Five. It won Best Actor, Best Actress, Best Screenplay, Best Picture, and Best Director, which is all very well deserved because it is a really, really, really good movie. That is absolutely terrifying. There's some greatly shot scenes. Anything with Hannibal Lecter is terrifying. The scenes in Buffalo Bill's house. Have you seen Silence of the Lambs?
Oh, thousands of times, man.
Okay, good. But that one, yeah, that scene at the end where Buffalo Bill has night vision goggles on and is trying to capture
Hmm.
Jodie Foster, Clarice Starling. Uh, Absolutely just terrifying and so suspenseful. And Jonathan Demme does an incredible job with that. Just listen to the Rewatchables podcast where they talk about uh, yeah, they talk about the Sounds of the Lambs. Very, very good, very interesting.
Hmm.
But I love Buffalo Bill. My goodness, he's terrifying. Oh
Yeah.
wait, was she a great big fat person? Like he's so scary. Put the lotion
Yeah.
in the basket. The lotion in the basket. Like
Yeah.
every time I'm just like terrified.
Very, very creepy.
Yeah.
I'm tough on my decision. I got a few ones here. I think I'm gonna go number two. I think it's definitely the highest grossing horror movie. Uh, Probably basically created the blockbuster. I'm gonna go with Jaws,
Ah,
number two.
what's after Jaws? Ghostbusters? Is that that can be the next pick after
Yeah,
that?
but it's a horror movie. It's a horror movie.
I
It's
guess. Yeah.
classified as one.
Say it's
But anyways,
thriller. But
Jaws,
yeah,
quintessential horror movie. Steven Spielberg. The reason why he's one of the greatest to ever do it is because of this movie. Um, Rob Scheider, I think that's his name. Ron Scheider. Sorry,
Roy
Roy
Scheider.
Scheider. Sorry, I know. I'm
Rob
just thinking
Schneider?
Rob Schneider. I don't know
Rob Schneider from the
Those two.
Benchwarmers?
Yeah, I confused the two names because they're very similar. Um, Richard Dreyfuss. I just watched Close Encounters recently, which was very good. He's good in it, and Robert Shaw, obviously, that with that speech in the boat, which is really cool. Very interesting. But I just think Jaws is a classic. It may not be the scariest movie, but it is classified as a horror movie, so it counts. So
Yeah.
I'm putting that number two.
Nice. All right. My number three pick, I'm going with uh a horror movie that really scared some people back in the day. The Exorcist. Exorcist
Mm,
is a scary fucking movie. There's some scenes in that are quite disturbing, but it's interesting. It's a really interesting plot. It's a slow burn, which I like about it. But man, it a really really good movie. Nominated for Best Picture, like just all around great acting. Yeah, it's where the phrase "Let the power of Christ compel you." And
yeah.
my gosh, yeah. Have you seen The Exorcist?
I have not. That is this movie I have not seen. That's probably the most famous movie I have not seen. So
Do you think you'll see
that is
it?
on the list, though. That is on the
Is
list.
it?
It is on the list. I'm just
Yeah.
not a big horror guy. I haven't seen many of these big ones.
Fair
Um, okay, number three. Shit. I watched this very recently. Um, I know a couple of people who say this is the scariest movie they've ever seen. I'm gonna go with Hereditary at number three. Uh, great story. Um, Great acting by sorry, I'm forgetting the actress' name. Toni Collette. I thought she should have won best actress that year of the Oscars. I thought she was very good. Uh her face is like insane. Like the amount of like the shit that she pulls off with the acting. I thought it was very compelling, and obviously some of the shit in the movie, I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it, but there's some crazy scenes. Ari Aster is very good at doing that. So and with Midsummer. Um but I think Hereditary is his best work, and the reason why he's big name actor now, director, sorry. So I'm gonna have to go with him and Hereditary at number three.
Yep. No, good choice. Very good choice
Like
all around.
insanely, like insane scenes in the
There's the
movie.
one scene at the beginning that is
The car scene.
pretty. I remember just being like, "Holy shit! All right, I'm in for a ride." But all right, number four. I'm gonna go with. It's just a people classify it as a horror movie. I don't know if it's that scary. I'm
Cheers.
not usually scared by it, but The Thing is one of the
Oh man,
it's almost a perfect movie. And I think it basically is a perfect movie, but just the performances, the practical VFX are
are
incredible.
amazing,
The script is great. The action, the story, just the timing of everything. It's so well done, and it's so suspenseful, and you feel like you're one of the characters in there because you literally have no idea who is an alien or who is not, and
yeah.
it's it's very well done. But
Yeah, John Carpenter's a master, man. And I love how he makes
his score.
his own score. Yeah, because it kind of reminds me of like us as film students, making
Okay,
our
I'll
own
say
stuff.
this though. Okay, yes, he does make his own score, but The Thing is done by Ennio Morricone.
Okay, well, I meant to say other movies like Escape from New York and Halloween.
Okay. But I was just gonna say because it is a good score, don't get me wrong, but it's not John
Yeah,
Carpenter.
I was just explaining how John Carpenter's
Wait,
I
wait,
like
wait.
him and like how he makes his own scores.
Okay.
No, yeah. What was his name again? You said the
Ennio Morricone.
Neo
You know
Morricone.
him. He
Yeah.
did he did The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, Hateful
Yes,
Eight.
yes.
He's
Oh
he's a
well,
super famous.
there's a mastermind of making scores, right?
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's a great choice. Okay, I'm gonna go with another classic. I don't really classify it's kind of like similar to the thing. I don't really classify as a horror movie, but I think it's a classic. Definitely the best Ridley Scott movie. I'm gonna go with Alien.
That's a horror movie.
Uh,
I'd call that a horror movie.
okay. All right. Well, I think Aliens is more of like
Aliens is
an
an
action
action
movie.
movie. Alien is a horror movie. Yeah.
Yeah, but Alien is fantastic. I actually I watched it for the first time uh just a couple months ago in December. And
It's
I
good.
think it's great. I like it's very good. I'm not a big Ridley Scott guy. I think he's a little overrated for me. But like, Gladiator obviously. But I think Aliens is his best movie. I think he does a really good job. I think, for it being made and if made about 35 years ago, 45 years ago, I think it's insane the practical effects and um the way the camera's used and how clean the shots look. I think that's another good thing I like about this movie. Um, so yeah, I have Alien number four. I think a lot of people would agree that
All
it's
right.
up there.
All right. My number five pick that I'm going to be going with is okay. I had one, but then you took it, and then I realized it's not. I can't.
If
I
you
can't.
want to pay, you can shout it out, and if I agree, then I'll allow it.
Okay.
If
Well,
it's
mm, I'm just looking at a list, and I shouldn't be doing this, but I need to find something. Okay, you know what? I'll just say it. An American Werewolf in London.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
It's a great movie.
Yeah. So that one's it's a really
I love how
interesting.
I love how we're picking all these classics. No new horror movies.
No, I don't like horror movies nowadays. And it's because they try to they follow these boring fucking um like plot points and plot structures that just I'm just not interested in like ghost stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't scare me. It's like if you just like I don't know. There's other stuff that's more terrifying. Like a real person that could really happen. That's what scares me. And I mean,
Yeah.
werewolves don't happen, and I like it for the fact that it's a classic and there's aspects to it that are just really, really original. Like, and I think I'm trying to think of who directed it, an American, but it's like it's one thing about that movie is the practical effects uh is like the is just the effects of like him turning into a werewolf is it's
Mm. Oh, it's
insane.
that transformation scene is unbelievable. Like I was amazed watching
Yeah,
that for the first time. It was so cool.
yeah,
They pull
and
off so much in that movie.
it's
Really
directed
good.
by John Landis, who
Legend.
yeah, he's done a bunch of stuff before.
Blues Brothers,
Yeah,
100% his best movie. I watched that, I think a couple months ago. That might be one of my favorite movies of all time. Like it's actually so good. I think I might watch it tonight, honestly. Like it's really good. I really
yeah,
love the Blues Brothers. It's just like everything you want in a movie is in that. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But American Werewolf in London, yeah, fantastic.
All right, your pick.
Yeah, all right, pick five. Um, shit. Uh, okay. Okay. All right, okay, I'll go. Number five, I'll go with Get Out. I think it's solid. Jordan Peele, first movie, great screenwriting. Won the Oscar for it. Great acting by Daniel Kaluuya or Kaluuya?
Kahlua.
Kaluuya. He's fantastic in it. And I think the writing definitely wins it for me. But Jordan Peele's he's on a hot streak right now with us um and Nope. I thought those were two pretty solid ones as well. And the new one he's producing, the football one, I think it's called Him. That looks really interesting.
Mm,
I think that's a really interesting horror movie that could be good. Might set something up for other movies to come. So I'm excited to watch that. I might go to the theaters for that.
nice.
That looks really good. But yeah, I'm gonna go with Get Out number five. I think it's, a lot of symbolism, uh, some solid jump scares, just a crazy story in general. So yeah, I'll put that number five.
Mm, yeah, man. All right. I think that
You
ends
want
it
to do an
up.
honorable mention, or do you want us to leave it at five?
Well, I don't have any more ones that I really like that I feel are worthy enough to be on my list that I think are great films. So,
Okay.
I mean, I could put on Rosemary's Baby, but I wasn't really that big of a fan of the movie. I don't think it was that good.
Okay.
Don't Look Now. I was gonna put The Shining on my list because I like that movie. I haven't seen Blair
Well, I
Witch
already picked
Project.
that. I picked that one.
What? Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like that's the reason.
Uh,
And then like don't like I haven't seen Blair Witch. I would not be surprised. I don't like Friday the 13th isn't good. Nightmare on Elm
would you
Street.
classify Sinners as a horror movie? Like I was
I
pretty close to putting that.
I wasn't like I don't know. Like I wasn't
There's jump
scared,
scares, but
man.
it's
Like I
not
wasn't
really a horror movie.
I wasn't scared. Like there's one jump scare in the movie and it's like it's good, but like I wasn't
Yeah.
I wasn't terrified.
I had The Witch. I think The Witch is pretty scary. It's kind of like on Hereditary levels, but a little mild, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, anything else you have to add
Like
on
that
for
was a
me?
horror movie. Um, I had that up there.
Yeah.
You're just gonna cut me off? Jeez.
Sorry, no,
Um,
I think it cut out. It cut out. Sorry.
okay. Yeah, I had a Godzilla -1, the new one. I thought that was fantastic. But yeah, other things to add. Bills training camp starting now. James Cook has reported, so that's very good. So he's going to be practicing with the team. I like to hear that.
All right.
Hopefully he still has one more year on the contract, so he'll probably play this year. And we'll sign him next year. But I'm very excited for football, man. Media day just came up, and then the pictures of the players and stuff. It's got me hyped up. So can't wait till September comes around. Get to watch football again. But for
Um,
now, we get to watch our Jays dominate. So that's always good.
Elevate and celebrate. Yeah, man. All right. Um, yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening to today's episode. Go Blue Jays, go. Life is better when the Blue Jays play great, and that's what they're doing right now. Hopefully, this can turn into something special. Let's keep the ball rolling. Go Jays, go. Go Leafs, go. Go Oilers, go. And go Bills, go. Go
Oh yeah,
Bills,
fuck
go.
the Panthers, bro. Fuck the Panthers.
Fuck the Panthers. And then after that this season, then we love the Panthers because we love Brad Marchand and Sam Bennett to come over to the Leafs. Uh,
Sam Bennett's still a bitch.
he said he's
Screw
down
that
to two
Hon, screw that
teams.
Hon
Why
Landing
is it?
prick.
How does he know? Like, how has it been released? I don't know if this is real news that he's down to he'll either sign with the Leafs or the Panthers.
He'll stay if they win this year. There's no way he leaves. Back-to-back years, why would you leave? You know what I
I know,
mean?
I know. You're right. You're right. Why would you? You're absolutely right. But I don't know. They probably will win, which would be fucking horrible. But yeah.
It's so bad for the game. Like I don't want Florida teams winning. Last 6 years, there's been a team from Florida. Those are the only last 6 years in the final. The Eastern Conference has been all Florida.
Yeah.
It's depressing, dude. It's depressing. Last time we've had a team other than Florida was Boston, and that was horrible. It lost to St. Louis, embarrassingly.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a good look for hockey, dude, right now.
It's not.
Edmonton's our last hope. McDavid's our last hope. If he doesn't win this cup, he's got to go somewhere else.
We're cooked.
And McDavid, if you're watching, come to Toronto, dude. Win us a cup. Get us to the final. We need someone like you who can get points in the playoffs. We need someone like
You
you.
think we could sign him?
We can trade Marner away. Oh no, Marner's gonna be a free agent. Trade Matthews away. I'd rather have McDavid than Matthews all day long. Sorry, Matthews, but
But who would want Matthews over McDavid? Like nobody in their right mind
Johnny.
would ever want. Like I'd never go Matthews over McDavid. Not in a
No,
million years.
never. Never.
Like
Never.
McDavid is on a different level. Like he just is. He literally is on a different
100%.
level.
Yeah, 100%.
And
Can't compete with him.
he's like, and it's not just like shot. It's like everything. He's like a fucking eight tool player. Like he is his defensive ability, like leadership. He's a fucking leader. Like that counts for something, and even whether it's skill or not, like that. He's got an incredible shot. He's fucking fast as shit. Dangles like he's got everything. He's got everything.
Yeah, 100%. Let's just
He
hope
can
they can
pass
win
too. He
game
can
four.
pass. That's something that Neil or Matthews is sucks at. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
He can create offense. That's all that really matters. Matthews kind of struggles at that. McDavid, when he's on the ice, he's going to do something with the puck. This Matthews this year, he was kind of I didn't feel that way as I have used to. It's
yeah,
been pleasure too, but I will.
yeah. All
Well,
right,
you just gotta wait till next year, right, Ryan?
right,
Can't wait.
yeah. All right.
Can't
Anyway, thank
wait.
you guys so much for listening. As I said before, make sure to like, subscribe on the TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. We're on all those platforms. We'll see you next week. Cheers and have a good one.